Alright, so we're on Discover Iceland number 6 out of 8. So we may even have time to do 2 of these today. So we got 12 minutes and 13 minutes, and then this one's definitely going to have to wait for another day. But let's get number 6 going here and see what we got. We're wrapping this thing up here. I think we may be somewhere around here, possibly here, maybe here. Yeah, I think we landed in this airport right here, and then we're going to be taking off. So appreciate having you, appreciate the love and support that I've seen so far on the channel. Hit that like button if you can, it'd be much appreciated. Oh yeah, and I think we got to turn around here before we take off. So we're going to have a little bit of a taxi, taxiway here. To give us enough clearance to take off. Yeah, because we're sitting like right in the middle of the runway. We're going to retract our flaps. Hit the brakes here. Okay. So we're going to turn around. I don't know how tight of a turn we can do. We're going to do our best here. Not crash the airplane. As we make our turn. So for the first one, we're going to be going about 6 minutes, 21 nautical miles. There we go. We can take off now. Enough runway. We're going to be heading to 320, so not too bad. We'll lift off right there at that hump. We'll bank up the mountain here. Get that timer started. I feel like the timer has been a little off. We're looking to head up this way, above that lake. Definitely well out of the range here, but that's alright. We can get that. Looks like a lot of people are out this morning. Reduce our throttle just a touch. Looks like everybody's ahead of us. Turn a little more to get back on track here, because leaving the airport, we probably should have gone the other way, but that's alright. We got to get up and around this lake here to be on par with this, the VFR. But once again, guys, appreciate having you. It's been fun to navigate. Whoa. We got all types of turbulence going on. Instead of a sharp turn, we're just gonna try to navigate around there. see if we can go to the bush trips. So we're in Iceland. I think we just landed in there. We're going up this way.
Borgeri is a small island in the West Fjords in the northwest of Iceland. It is the innermost and smallest island of Isafjarðardjúp, smaller than both Ethi and Vigga. Human settlement is limited, inter alia, by the lack of fresh water. The island is the property of the church in Vatnsfjörður, thus since there is no separation of church and state, it is public property. Nobody lives on the island, but in summer the owners sail over to it and collect eiderdown. The area is very approximately 200 acres or 80 hectares. The A signifies a small island, while Borga is the genitive singular of Borg, which originally signified a hill.
Alright, so we had a lot of items up here on the bush talk, so let's go ahead and navigate through some of these.
Vigga is the second largest island of the Isafjarðardjúp fjord in West Fjords, Iceland. The island is around 2 kilometers in length and 400 meters in width. The island is most noted for its sheep farming, with only a single farm being located on Vigga. In the 17th century, the farm on Vigga was home to Magnus Jónsson, a wealthy man who collected and commissioned manuscripts. A windmill, built in circa 1840, is also located on the island. Suthervik is a fishing village and municipality on the west coast of Álftafjörður in West Fjords, Iceland. On January 16, 1995, an avalanche fell on the village early in the morning and destroyed several buildings, most of them residence houses. 14 people were killed and 12 were injured. Severe snowstorms made the rescue work difficult and dangerous. The final survivor was rescued 23 hours after the avalanche had fallen, and the search continued into the evening of January 17th. A disaster relief fund was established, and within a week, the Icelandic public had donated 300 million krona to the relief effort. The same winter, 2 more avalanches fell from Tröllaskagi, destroying several houses. The areas hit had already been evacuated, so no more lives were lost. Avalanches fell from many other gullies and mountainsides during the avalanche cycle that winter. At a public meeting on January 23, 1995, it was decided that the village should be rebuilt at a safer location. The existing properties within the danger zone were sold to the Icelandic government, and construction work on the new village began on August 23rd. By winter of 1996, 51 new houses had been built, and 8 more had been moved from the old residential area. The industries in the area were relocated along with the residents, with the exception of the freezing plant, which continues to operate in a similar manner as it did prior to the avalanche. Many of the properties in the old town are now rented out to tourists in the summer months. The village's main industries now are fishing, fish processing and tourism. As well as the old town summer houses, there are several tourist industries operating in Suthervik, such as a sea angling company and a tour guide business. The town is also home to the Arctic Fox Center, a museum and research center devoted to the Arctic fox. The West Fjords Heritage Museum is a museum in Isafjörður in the West Fjords of Iceland. The museum is based on maritime heritage and gives an insight into the local West Fjords fisheries and fishing industry, as well as the life of the fishermen, their families and the coastal culture through the centuries. The museum has made a policy concerning preservation of boats to restore them to their previous condition and to keep them seaworthy. The museum was opened in Tornhuset on Fisherman's Day in 1988. Most of the museum collection consists of various historical things regarding the fisheries and the fishing industry around the Westfjords. Among interesting things is a collection of 190 accordions, a collection of valuable old boats and different things found by divers in the seas around the fjords. The museum is a popular point of interest. A local theatre group dressed in Icelandic national costumes makes a play of the daily life of the beginning 19th century, where they sing and dance to a music and put the fish bacalao out in the sun to dry. In 2013, during the summer opening time, 12,000 visitors came to visit the museum. The museum is open during the summertime.
Alright, so what it looks like is we're going to be flying over a couple of these fingers of water. 1, 2, 3, we'll count that as 4, 5, 6, and then we're going to be coming in for a landing here. But we're basically passing the first thing right here, the first point of interest. Oh, there's an airport to the right, BIAE, and then the point of interest is just beyond this water here, which is the name of this town, Iceland. And then we can pretty much reset this, I think, and start the next one. We're going to go 20 nautical miles along the same heading on 320. We're basically there, pretty much, to the town of Iceland. Thought that was the same town. So one's a city, one's a town. And then we're going to be heading real quick. It's only 17 seconds and we're going to be landing. So we basically got to prepare for landing as we head up this way. Which I'm going to guess we're probably just chasing all these people. So just got to pass over a few of these bodies of water and we should be good to go. So we just kind of sit back, enjoying the scenery here. What's the local time? 6:56 a.m. And just out of curiosity, kind of curious about the temperature in Iceland. So we're going to be landing pretty much here. We went through pretty much all of those. Temperature in Iceland. So it's currently 55 degrees. And we're looking at about the 50s. Doesn't drop too much at night. I'm gonna guess yeah, because there is 21 hours of sunlight in June. So it's pretty much sun all day long. That's why you don't see that temperature drop or temperature change. So we're just cruising along here. So 57 degrees during the day today, already at 55 with a little bit of haze. See what else we got up here.
Bolungarvik is a small town and the only built-up area in the municipality of Bolungarvíkurkaupstaður in the northwest of Iceland, located on the West Fjords Peninsula, approximately 14 kilometers from the town of Ísafjörður and 473 kilometers from the capital city Reykjavik. It was one of Iceland's oldest fishing outposts and is close to abundant fishing grounds. Tourist sites include a camping site next to an indoor swimming pool with a waterslide as well as a natural history museum where a polar bear specimen and the biggest bird collection in Iceland can be seen. Skallavik Bay can be reached by gravel road over a mountain pass. That same road also leads to the top of the Bolafjord mountain with views of the village of Bolungarvík, the Ísafjarðardjúp Fjord, the Jökulfjörður Fjords, the Hornstrandir Nature Reserve and the Denmark Strait. On the same spot there is a radar station. The surroundings of Bolungarvík are destinations for hiking, horse riding, sea angling and birdwatching. Bolungarvík's facilities include apartment rental, a bank, a post office, 2 bars, a supermarket, a convenience store, a kindergarten, a primary school, a music school, a community center, a handcraft store and a tourist information center. Bolungarvík was the location for Nói Albinói, a movie by Daga Kari about a disaffected teenager living in a remote Icelandic village. It was also the setting for Runar Runarson's 2015 film Sparrows. According to Loppinmabo, Thurfa Sundarfilla settled in Bolungarvík around 940 along with her brother Thorfinn. Folklore says they had a disagreement and put a spell on each other as they were both skilled sorcerers. Thurfa laid on her brother that he would spend eternity as a monolith on which all birds would defecate. Thorfa in turn hexed his sister that she would forever stand where the wind blows most. The pillar that was said to be Thurfa collapsed in half in 1936. The legend says that same night the cliff where Thorfa sank in the sea. That night their spell washed away into the sea.
So we're definitely going to try to get leg number 7 on Iceland done here today. As soon as we land at this airport over here. Looks like we got quite a few people still there. If it's a short runway, maybe we'll taxi and turn around at the end. Approaching right here at this point. We are going to stay to the right of that line on the VFR so that we can make our turn and land at this airport here at BIIS and come in there at that angle, which is going to be, so if that's runway number 8, the other one should be like in this direction. Oh, nice. We got it here. So yeah, that's 26. We're going to be making a landing over on runway number 26. But we are getting close here as we pass over that tip. So we're going to, one, introduce a little bit of flap, pitch the nose down. We can restart this and really just close that out. We're going to start our descent here. I think we need this either. So we can close that up. I think we can fly just off of the instruments that we have in the airplane. Yeah, so we got one flap at 15 degrees. I'll leave it at that. We're doing pretty good on the speed. There is the airport over there. A little tricky with the mountain here, but I think we got it. We're just gonna have to kind of skirt around the side here. This is a beautiful runway though. Beautiful location. We're gonna go double flat. At 30 degrees, we're full flat. As we dip below the mountain, the sun goes away. Coming in for a landing over runway number 26.
500.
Pulling up. Just touching down, a little skip, that's fine. Beautiful landing. Beautiful airport. And we may even have enough runway here, so we're just gonna kind of leave it here, I think, and take off for the next leg. We got time. So appreciate you tuning in. Hit that like button if you can. We'll get the next one started here in just a moment.